Hi, everyone. Holly and Maya here with Anne-Marie Hoftailing of Story Imprinting. Good morning, Anne-Marie. How are you?
Good morning. I am excellent. And yourself?
I'm doing fabulous. We just got off a free webinar previewing our Verdant 2022 content to a group of people, which was super energizing and fun. So it's great to see you again so quickly. I want to talk to you today about one of our favorite subjects, Elizabeth Holmes.
Yeah.
And Theranos.
Theranos.
And if you watch our YouTube videos, you may be thinking, wait a minute, I've seen some videos on Elizabeth Holmes before. And you are correct, because we are fascinated by how Elizabeth Holmes, founder of Theranos, currently on trial in the Northern District of California for fraud, used storytelling to bolster and build her company. And now she has flipped her own script and changed her narrative, and she is using storytelling as the defense mechanism. So I would love to hear from you, my friend, what you think about that.
Well, I mean, I think I want to say this, we take no position on whether her defense is true or false. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to talk about the way in which she used storytelling. That's what's of interest to us. I want to make that exceptionally clear. I'm not here to stand on a position of whether it's accurate or not. We know that the story she was using when she founded Theranos was wildly inaccurate. We know that to be true. There's plenty of evidence for that. I don't think anybody is going to disagree with that.
Right.
What she is now saying is that she was essentially a puppet of her, was it CFO?
The CFO, who I think was her boyfriend.
Yes, Sunny Balwani.
Yes.
And so who was her boyfriend, who she was having an affair with, and he was controlling, and he was really the nefarious force behind Theranos. That is ultimately what she is now saying. Now, what I think is fascinating about this is, again, the way she has taken narrative and sort of used it as this powerful tool of defense.
Right.
By the way, as far as I know, his response is to produce a bunch of texts and messages from her that would suggest that he was not controlling, that she was very much in a mutual relationship. Again, I have no way of knowing. None of us do, frankly. That's not what we're here to contest. What I think's interesting for the viewer and for all of you is to understand the way Elizabeth Holmes has basically weaponized as well as used as a defense narrative. And this idea of controlling the narrative, a phrase you've heard a million times, is expressed succinctly in this entire case. I mean, this idea of who controls the narrative will determine who wins and who is found innocent and who is found guilty. I can't say that enough. That's what they're selling, is whose story wins.
Yeah, there was an NBC News piece that we pulled out in our and featured in our latest newsletter about just that idea, right? Like, at the end of the day, this is about what story is believed, you know? And I mean, I would say we work with a lot of lawyers. I'm a lawyer myself, married to a lawyer. Many lawyers are our clients, you know, that if you're a litigator and if you're trying cases, you better be a damn good storyteller. That is ultimately, when you're talking to a jury, you know, of your peers in the community, they want to hear the best story, right? Like, they're not getting bogged down, or you know, in the evidence code and, you know, all that stuff. They want to know who has the most compelling story. And I totally agree with you. I mean, again, like, not making any judgment on her truthfulness or whatever, but she is a very gifted natural storyteller, and she, I think, recognized very early on the importance of having a tight narrative. And we talk about this in training, you know, when she was going out to raise money for a technology that had not been proven out, right? I mean, that there was really no product She was excellent at landing on it. She had a couple of stories that she told them over and over. She beat them like a drum. She stuck the landing like a gymnast. And, you know, we're seeing her do that now. And it's, I think part of the reason that the media and the nation has been so captivated by this trial.
Yeah, and what we want you to do is become a better student of storytelling and look at it in the news, in legal cases, in business, by the way, in crisis communication, public relations. We want you to become better interrogators of story and how storytelling is used. The reason we constantly reference Theranos is, despite all the social and neuroscience supporting why storytelling is so powerful, there is no greater living current example of that than Theranos. And absolutely, it can be used for nefarious purposes. Absolutely, it can be. That should tell you how powerful storytelling is. You need no greater evidence than watching this entire thing unfold and looking at what she was able to accomplish, not with science, not with technology, but with mere narrative and storytelling. So that's really our goal for you. We would love to hear what you think. We're happy for you to weigh in on your own opinions.
Drop it in the comments.
Drop
the
them in the
YouTube gods smile on us when that happens.
Right. We would love for you to subscribe. It's very likely we will reference this again in the future. If you haven't, we highly recommend John Carreyrou's Bad Blood. I think that it does an excellent job of referencing the many ways in which she teased narrative out, not just in Theranos, but also in building her own personal brand, which I think is really fascinating and worth the read and worth the lesson.
That's right. Thank you so much, Anne Marie, and thank all of you for watching. Take good care.